I will just discuss about the open source, open access and open science initiatives at CSIR particularly. So, being a software engineer, I am involved for many years providing open source and open access to various resources. So, CSIR basically have pan-India presence. We are having 37 laboratories across India and then 4 units which are having thousands of scientists as well as scholars and technical staff. And we cover a diverse area from aerospace, biotechnology, chemicals, healthcare to leather technology and even information science. And we generate hundreds of patents annually. Mission of our CSIR is to provide scientific and industrial solutions for societal benefit and national development. We have already discussed what open access is, basically providing access to scholarly digital resources to the public without bothering to pay anything to access that. That is open access. So this is a movement to make scientific research, data and dissemination freely available to all the levels of society, researchers, industries, policymakers and the public. So basically, core principle of this open science is to provide open access to publication, then sharing data to the public and transparency in research process. And then collaboration and public engagement. These are the main core principles of open science. Although we have started, in CSIR we have started long back providing resources in open. I remember in 2004, we at CSIR-NIScPR itself, we planned that, we observed that there is two parts of India. One is rural India and another is urban India. Urban India is having access, students of urban India is having access to all kind of resources, but students from rural India may not have access to good quality books. Therefore, in 2004 itself, we developed 500 e-books in science discipline for undergraduate student, and we made that freely available to all the students across the world, and that was huge success. So that is called as National Science Digital Library, and that National Science Digital Library, we paid to the authors for getting that books written for us, considering the syllabus of UGC, model curriculum of UGC, and then we made it today also that National Science Digital Library is accessible. So that was the one of the earliest initiative we started at CSIR. Then the institute where we are hosting this is the CSIR-NIScPR, National Institute of Science, Communication and Policy Research. Here we are the publisher for 15 scientific research journals. Then we publish most popular scientific journal in India, that is Science Reporter, Vigyan Pragati and Science Ki Duniya, in various languages. One is in English, another is in Hindi, third one is in Urdu, and we are planning for other regional languages also. So all these journals and magazines we made in open access. We don't charge for downloading, we don't charge for publishing. It is purely platinum journal. And by the way, I am on behalf of our office, I am publisher for I am also publisher for these journals. So after this, in 2009, CSIR adopted one open access policy, and in that policy, fortunately we have one of the member, Dr. Nishi is there, who was one of the member of that, and I was just part of that, just like One Nation One subscription also. I was co-chairman for planning and execution committee of One Nation One subscription. So long back in 2009, open access policy for CSIR was adopted, and it was applicable for all 37 laboratories. Now, according to that policy, it is mandatory for all the scientific researchers to deposit their publication in the repository. That repository we have created centrally, and that central repository is available at URDIP. URDIP is one of our unit at Pune in Maharashtra. So it is mandatory, according to that policy, it is mandatory for all the researchers to deposit whatever they have published elsewhere. They have to put it in that repository. Then it has every institute in CSIR laboratory. We have 37 laboratories. All laboratories has to create their institutional repository, and that institutional repository, sometimes there may not be IT infrastructure. So one laboratory from URDIP again was identified, and that if any institute do not have infrastructure, IT infrastructure or resource person, they can create their repository there. So it was mandatory to create institutional repository. Then CSIR, I have already told, CSIR-NIScPR is one of the major publishing institute in India, because all of our journals are SCI index, means it is covered by Web of Science. So that all journals are in a platinum access, and then it was, according to policy, it is mandatory to provide training and awareness to the all the researchers and students. So for that we are organizing training continuously. Then it was also decided that we should celebrate annual open access day every year. So in the month of October we should celebrate that. But unfortunately this for some years it happened, but later on it is not happening. So we are not celebrating that. So but at that time in 2009 itself it was decided that we should celebrate open access day in the month of October. Then that policy also writes about the CSIR stance against unfair publishing model, that we should not, CSIR scientists or researchers should not publish in or even join editorial board if that there is no transparency in the publisher. Means if you want to publish in somewhere other than CSIR journal, and there is no transparency what kind of access will be there, what rights authors will have, then we should not publish that. And then it was stated in the policy that CSIR should take lead for forming the national policy. So these are the various repositories in CSIR. As I have mentioned that there are 37 laboratories. So all that 37 laboratories institutional repositories are created through CSIR Central. And then there are 15,520 articles, but these repositories are only those repositories which do not have IT infrastructure. For example, CSIR-NIScPR is having our own IT infrastructure, so we are having our journals here itself. And then there are 816 theses and 800 conference or workshop. And beside that, there are lab wise, I have institution wise, I have given you how many items. Item is how many files are there, how many downloads are there, and how many open access is there. Then these are the statistic of articles, book chapters, books, monograph, workshop, thesis, patents, and video in that repository. I will come to NIScPR. This is the institute which is called as NIScPR, and we are having NIScPR online periodical repository, NOPR, which is accessible at nopr.nispr.res.in, and we have for last 70 years we are publishing various scientific journals, and in this repository there are 58,300 research papers, and then there are more than annually 470,000 users. Means 4,70,000 users are accessing our repository every year only for CSIR-NISpR, and then 24,88,000 page views annually. So it is very popular. This repository is very popular, and there are 15 journals, as I have told, and that which journals is popular, that has been shown in graph. Then there is another repository at this building itself, which is called as NSDL, National Science Digital Library. There are multiple e-books in each of the science discipline, and these are also accessed by continuous 500 e-books are there, which are being accessed by almost all students across the globe. And then there is another initiative which is called as CSR Knowledge Gateway. Purpose of this CSR Knowledge Gateway is to consolidate what is available across all CSR laboratories. So there are 15 lakh bibliographic records, means all the CSR laboratories are having books or libraries. In that library, what is there? Earlier it was not known to us. So I was principal investigator for the project which we have created repository and means harvested all the metadata from across the CSR laboratory. So there are 15 lakh books, bibliographic details are available which can be accessed by anyone, and then annually more than 2 crore page views are there to this database. Recently, we have our Prime Minister has asked CSIR to develop a repository, develop a database of various experts available in means NRIs, non-residential Indians working in science and technology across globe, so that they can solve our problems. They can assist us to solve our societal problems in India. So we have created that database at here, and that is also accessible. Expert database is also accessible from the internet. Then various laboratories are having another initiatives, like IGIB is having genome database for medical research. Then there is a traditional knowledge digital library ground floor, you can see there. This is you may be aware that in 2001 or 2 there was one issue that USA has filed the patents regarding basmati rice and turmeric, use of turmeric for healing the wounds. So because that is our traditional knowledge, turmeric and this basmati is our traditional knowledge. So we had to get revert back that patent. For that, Indian government had to pay 100 crore rupees. So learning from that, CSIR-NISpR that time created a repository of our scientific traditional knowledge. And now on Ayurveda, Siddha, and various streams, Unani, and then Soa, Rigpa, Yoga, these are all Indian traditional medicine system. So we created that. Now there are 4.54 lakh formulations in TKDL, and then it is available to 16 patent offices worldwide, and then there are 324 patents which have been reverted back, avoided due to this initiative. So huge money has been saved. Similarly, at NEERI, National Environmental Engineering Research Institute at Nagpur, they are having environmental information system where they have open access database of environmental related parameters. So NKRC, National Knowledge Resource Consortium, which is I am coordinator for that, where we are providing access to 82 scientific institutions in India, CSIR 37, 26 DS, Department of Science and Technology, and then 12 Ministry of Earth Sciences. So One Nation, One Subscription is just covering 30 publishers, but we are having access to more than 115 publishers. Like One Nation, One Subscription at present do not cover bibliographic database like Web of Science, Darwin Innovation Index, or many standards. So that is available through NKRC for our scientific organization, and we will continue till One Nation, One Subscription do not have access to that. So, and there are more than 1 crore downloads every year from CSIR and DST laboratories through NKRC. And NKRC was basically the base for One Nation, One Subscription. If you look at the name of this National Knowledge Resource Consortium, long back it was decided that we should have one consortium in India. But being a small organization, we could not do that, but we had collaboration of CSIR, DST and MOES, and then DBT was also, then some other organizations were also trying to, but it is good that One Nation, One Subscription has come up, because we do not have that much manpower. So this NKRC is helping all the researchers for means enhancing their research. So finally, I will say that CSIR has taken lead in open science and open access for many years. And this open access is not only open access, but it is implemented by using open source technology. Like we are using DSpace, we are using Koha, we are using Linux, we are using MySQL, we are using PostgreSQL. All these technologies are open source technology. So open science is an umbrella, open access is one of the part of that. Then there are various softwares. So we are using all this technology for last 2 or more decades. So now what CSIR thinks, we should encourage the researchers, policymakers and institutions to actively participate in open science and build a more inclusive and accessible research ecosystem for societal benefit. Thank you.
Long live India and France friendship.